Welcome back. City News 680 business editor Kris McCusker joining us now. Kris, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I was about to say happy Monday.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday that feels like a Monday.
Yes. Well, hopefully it's smooth sailing from here.
Yes.
Let's talk about the markets here. Canadian bank earnings are set to come this week.
Yes, and it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out. Of course, we know FISA markets have been taking a bit of a beating lately. So in the U.S. yesterday, it was business as usual. The Dow saw its best day in about 3 weeks, a jump of more than 600 points. Futures markets, as it stands right now, set to give back about half of those gains. And we did get a profit warning from Snapchat. Nobody wants to hear a profit warning right now. As far as Bay Street is concerned, it's trying for a third straight winning day. It will start the day down by about 5% year to date, although in perspective, the NASDAQ is down 26%, so Bay Street is bad, but not nearly as bad. On those bank earnings, they will start to roll in on Wednesday. We're going to hear from BMO and Scotiabank to start. We're also going to get retail sales data in Canada on Thursday. That's for March, along with GDP data in the U.S. for the first quarter. A decline is expected here. Still the same concerns, FISA, out there for investors: rising interest rates, high inflation. Gas prices, as we know, still close to all-time highs. The price for oil this morning slightly lower. And then natural gas, I don't know if you noticed, it's still close to a 14-year high at almost $9 in the U.S. this morning. About a year ago, it was less than $3.
Oh.
So that illustrates the inflation we're looking at quite nicely.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that this morning, of course. Okay, something we've been relying heavy on during the pandemic, Zoom, and they're reporting some big earnings. No surprise here?
Yes. Well, maybe slightly surprising. The stock's seeing a pretty big surge in pre-market trade. It was up by about 6% last time I checked. Now, Zoom, of course, one of the pandemic darlings very early in COVID-19. Then there was a little bit of wobbling in the middle there as people started to go back to work, but it did report second quarter earnings and it beat on forecasts for revenue. Zoom also offered better than expected guidance. Now, an analyst at Deutsche Bank pointing out the video software maker's continued post-pandemic growth in its enterprise business is encouraging, but at the same time, analysts still a little cautious around this company. There are concerns that it could see a potential slowdown. Just as an example, FISA, sales rose by 12% year over year. That sounds pretty good, but it's actually the slowest growth on record at the company. So growth, but less growth.
Yeah, I guess, you know, with the situation now, more people are having face-to-face gatherings and all that. But we appreciate Zoom.
Yes.
They kept us going through the pandemic. Okay. First, it was McDonald's. Now, Starbucks set to pull out of Russia.
Yes. And this comes after 15 years in the country. The company initially decided to keep the stores open and donate the profits to humanitarian efforts in Ukraine. It later decided that it would close the stores, and now it says it's going to shut down its 130 stores in Russia. It's going to continue to pay its nearly 2,000 Russian employees for 6 months to help them transition to new jobs. So that's sort of interesting. On a related note, we are also getting word this morning that Airbnb will no longer represent short-term rental properties in China. Instead, the company is going to focus its business in the country on serving Chinese tourists who are looking for lodgings abroad. Part of the issue in China, regulatory barriers along with fierce local competition. So Airbnb is set to shut down in China on July the 30th. So between COVID and the war, a lot of moving parts with corporations overseas.
Absolutely. We saw a buyer stepping in for McDonald's, by the way, in Russia. I wonder if the same thing might happen for Starbucks in this case.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because, I mean, really, I guess things are sort of normal, so to speak, in Russia right now. But I don't know how long that lasts. I mean, is there a market?
We wait to see, Kris McCusker. Thank you so much.
So many other things we wait to see.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good day.